Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, everyone. My name is Ebony Freeman, and I'm the Senior Director of Programs here at the Watson Institute in Boulder, Colorado. It is truly an honor to welcome each of you to our 2022 Watson Institute Venture Accelerator Summit. Tonight, we celebrate 25 next-generation global impact leaders who have climbed the mountains of courage, dedication, and excellence. I'm thrilled to say to our Accelerator Fellows, you've reached the summit. With fellows representing the United States, Nigeria, Brazil, Ecuador, Rwanda, Argentina, Bolivia, India, China, United Arab Emirates, Venezuela, and Nepal, we can't help but wonder how diverse our audience is. Please share your country's flag emoji or write in the name of your country in the chat box. While you do that, let me tell you Watson's biggest secret. Did you know that this cohort represents a 6% selection rate, our most competitive program yet? So when our team says these fellows are the best of the best, we mean it. And over the last 4 months, they've proven it. As each of us know, our hard work only goes so far. Our network is our net worth, and Watson Institute is proud to have invested in the networks of these 25 global entrepreneurs by connecting them with key partners, mentors, and subject matter experts. Throughout the program, it's my pleasure to thank a few of our innovative partners who funded this cohort's fellowships. Enlight Foundation, Bank of the West, Jane Strode Miller, Robin and Kevin Love, Ron and Diana Hogue, Vamsi and Nirmala Sisla, Brad Feld and Kyle Lefkoff, Jim and Edie Hooten, and Brian McCare and Claire Campbell. Thank y'all. Next, I offer our thanks to the mentors, guest preceptors, and Impact Series teachers who delivered incomparable insights through their lectures, one-on-one coffee chats, and workshops. Finally, our Transformative Action Preceptor, Jim Stevens, and Transformative Entrepreneurship Preceptor, Rob Kellogg. Each of you has gone the extra mile again and again. Thank you. Now that we can wipe away our tears of gratitude, it's time to begin the celebration. If you're an alumni, can you help get the party started by putting your name, venture, and graduation year in the chat box? I'm sure some of y'all will see people from your classes, say a little hello. It's good to see y'all. From here on out, I get to pass the mic to the folks that you came here to see. Along the way, I want you to remember how nerve-wracking public speaking can be. So please give a round of applause and a few words of encouragement for our fellows as we move through our summit agenda. Thank you. Alrighty then, when's the last time you were required to learn something new, but it just wouldn't click? Well, Israel Sarnoza felt that, flipped that, and is taking the education world to new heights. After you hear his pitch, you may be wondering how you can learn more. Israel thought of that too, and we have his TEDx video ready for you. Israel, don't keep them waiting any longer. Tell them all about Aprende Rapiendo.
The COVID-19 pandemic had inflicted a one-year education delay in 70% of students in Latin America. This only made evident one of the major root cause problems students always had, a lack of interest in learning through the traditional school system. My name is Israel Sornosa, and I am the founder of Aprende Rapeando, where we teach students through the art of rap, creating the learning content they are struggling with. From science and history to personal development, we are now inspiring our community that has grown up to 500,000 subscribers, and we need your help to connect us with Hispanic school leaders, along with a $4,500 grant to consolidate this revolutionary learning method.
Well, if Bad Bunny is listening, please reach out to Israel Sornoza right now, because I've forgotten almost everything from trigonometry and I need you two to get me back on track. Looking at the world of education from a different angle, we have Lena from Shanghai. Lena is not one of those entrepreneurs who looks left and right to find a venture idea. She's been a globe-trotting teacher and tutor for more than 5 years. And along the way, she recognized that the faulty foundation of the education system could only be solved with a new teaching base. I'll let her tell you more about how she built that base from the ground up.
Hi, my name is Lena, and I'm the founder of an education innovation startup in China called Teaching Base. We provide a community for young teachers from elementary and secondary schools to exchange experiences, identify the best teaching practice, and promote professional networking. By the end of 2022, our goal is to connect 50 teachers. To achieve that, a $730 USD donation and introductions to educational organizations are helpful. Thank you, and join us to blossom the education.
Lena, I can smell your success from an ocean away. Now that we've talked about education innovations for students and teachers, it's time to talk about the group we most need to educate. Baristas. How many times has your day been ruined by a bad cup of coffee? Or better yet, how many times have you wished that your cup of joe was not just good for you today, but for the world tomorrow? Well, it only takes 1 ounce to change the world. Patrick Ruhumuriza, why don't you tell us more about how you've already changed the lives of 300 coffee connoisseurs in training?
My name is Patrick Ruhumuriza. I'm the CEO and founder of One Ounce Training Center. In Rwanda, over half of the population are the youth. The unemployment rate is about 30.9%. Additionally, Rwandan coffee industry is one of the world's leading in production and distribution. One Ounce Training Center will bridge the gap between youth employment and coffee sector by providing skills and knowledge on entire coffee production and distribution. Kindly support us by offering contact in the coffee industry or business owner that can guide me to scale my business.
Patrick, if you can do all that with just 1 ounce, I can't wait to see what you do with a few thousand pounds. Education is a big word, and it encapsulates all areas of our lives, including our love lives. Bien Wu isn't just a trend checker in that area, he's a trend setter. Upon realizing that China's single population needed a helping hand, Bien found the experts and helped start a love revolution from Wenzhou, China. Bien, how did you do it?
Are you tired of being single? Love Training can provide emotional training for single adults on how to build intimacy. Unlike other self-help services like online video recording and lectures, Love Training can provide professional, practical opportunity to transform you from lonely to loving. And over the next 12 months, we will connect to more than 5,000 users of the 81 million actively searching singles in China via TikTok and WeChat. If you don't know any emotional creator, let's try to expand our library and build intimacy across China.
Well, I know what I'm gifting folks for Valentine's Day, a trip to the Love Training Camp. Whew, who knew 30-second pitches on education could be so educational? Now, who's ready for a touch of inspiration? Our next few fellows were tasked with answering the question, how will your venture Transform your industry. Now, before we let them answer, let's take a moment and think about it ourselves. How will you, my dear global change maker, transform your industry? You sure don't worry. If you find yourself scratching your head, don't worry. Ignacio Rodriguez and Iwei Song have done the hard work for us. Take it away, Ignacio.
My name is Ini, and I'm the founder of Enlace, a donor-focused philanthropy platform for international giving. My mission is to help mobilize 1% of global wealth from rich countries into initiatives from poorer countries. 1% is $4 trillion, which is an unheard of amount in philanthropy. But for me, it represents the change of mindset we need for a fair and more equitable economy. Back home in Venezuela, this translates to, for example, my parents, who were public university teachers and raised a family in middle class, who are now earning a few dozen dollars every month. Now, it's difficult to imagine what this regression means, which is why I'm determined to create better bonds and connections between the rich and the poorer. That is Enlace. I'm currently looking for people that can help me with my fundraising efforts because we're soon to launch investment opportunities. And if you're a donor and want to give internationally, please reach out so we can talk. Thank you so much.
Seriously, Ignacio, how does an Education World Forum opening speaker and award-winning photographer also make time to change the entire world of philanthropy? Talk about making the most out of your week. Well, Iwei, help us out and explain how you're going to kick the world of commodities into shape.
In this rapidly growing digital economy, consumers have lost the connection with the stories behind the products they buy. My name is Iwei Song, the founder of Authentic, and we work on giving a voice to independent small business owners. At Authentic, we give the tools for such entrepreneurs to grow and learn how to create their brand, operate their shop, and market their products at a high scale. We influence the industry by spreading the hidden stories and costumes behind their products and help them rebuild the connections with consumers which have been long lost.
Wowza, just wowza. An engineer turned product manager turned commerce king? Jeff Bezos better watch out. Resilience, creativity, grit, and leadership. When I hear those words, our fellows are the first folks to come to mind. New Delhi-based Zainab is a tour de force all by herself, from creating ever-sustainable homes to educating United Nations leaders on the circular economy, all before the age of 25. She is the living embodiment of the quote, "Don't try to lessen yourself for the world. Let the world catch up to you," by Beyonce. Just like the queen herself, Zainab has prepared a show-stopping presentation for us all. The mic is yours, Zainab.
Greetings everyone, Zainab this side from Space Era, and we have a mission to provide sustainable housing for all. My passion for sustainability started really young. I was involved in various plantation drives and campaigns at my community, and it led me to become the youngest person in India to qualify the Lead Green Associate exam. Our startup is involved in the green infrastructure sector. Since 2020, we have been actively working towards providing sustainable modular housing shelters to migrant workers and laborers, climate change affected people, disaster affected people, and war displaced people. Approximately 11 million shipping containers are unused and sitting stagnant. We aim to use discarded shipping containers to provide affordable housing and infrastructure needs, ensuring the standard of living for the inhabitant. Some of the advantages of our modular shelters are compartmentalization and segregation of each unit, maintaining dilution ventilation, separate open areas to each unit, open and green spaces for physical, mental, and psychological comfort, and 3-tier social distancing norm, breaking the transmission of virus within the quarantine facility. But our work doesn't end here. Space Era is a startup with a mission to provide sustainable housing for all. And in order to achieve it, we need more youth and professionals working towards green infrastructure, especially in the developing countries. Following is the problem we are focusing on. This is a pie chart representing the geographical distribution of sustainability credential holders. We can clearly see that majority of the people who pursue these exams live in the Americas, whereas very few people in the Asia, Pacific, and Africa region pursue these exams, leading to a talent shortage of sustainability professionals in the developing and least developed countries. Here is the problem we focus on. There is high cost of quality education in the sustainability sector, as well as lack of access to green jobs for the underprivileged youth. The following credential exam, the Lead Green Associate exam costs $250, whereas the Sustainability Excellence Associate exam costs $350, which is too high for any youth living in a developing or a least developed country. This further lead to a problem of talent shortage in the green and sustainability industry in the developing countries. Our solution is simple. We provide scholarship to underprivileged youth in the developing countries to pursue the sustainability credentials valid globally. Our purpose to provide this scholarship is as follows. We wish to enable youth to pursue the sustainability credentials without any financial constraint, as well as we wish to add more sustainability professionals in the workforce in the developing countries and the global south. Our vision is in tandem with the circular economy. We focus on social responsibility, environmental stewardship, and economic prosperity. We aim to provide 10,000 scholarships to deserving candidates on or before 2030. Here is our business model. We aim to select deserving youth from developing countries who wish to pursue these exams, as well as acquire funds from investors, partners, funders, and organizations CSR to direct investment in the sustainability education sector, and hence bridge the gap by providing scholarship to the deserving youth. We have a very strong market plan. We are active in technology awareness and industry's new needs. We have access to network of deserving underprivileged youth, and we are first in the world to solve this problem. We are looking for partnership, collaboration, and connections to pilot our program, as well as funding for providing scholarships. We require $10,000 to pilot our scholarship program to provide scholarship to 25 deserving youth for this sustainability credential, or $300 to provide scholarship to one deserving youth to pursue the Lead Green Associate exam. This is our very strong team with the dream to create an impact on this planet, and Space Era is recognized worldwide by some of the largest organizations and institutions in the world. Let's initiate now. Namaste.
Queen Bee will be proud. Now, speaking of game changers, NT Solar's founding team is here to explain how a conversation between a business boss and an engineering expert is changing South America forever. Not to spoil the story, but when you hear about what they're using, how they're using it, and how endless their input resources are, you may want to pull out your pocketbooks. All right, take it away, Ire and Santiago.
Hi everyone, we are NT Solar. This past summer, I stayed in Cusco, Peru, where I met Evelyn, the girl in the picture. She couldn't take a single shower for months because the weather was too cold, and the only source of energy they have is firewood, which is time-consuming to collect and polluting the air when you heat it. But showering in the cold is definitely not an option because it provides a perfect condition for pneumonia infection, the #1 mortality cause for Peruvians. And kids are also reluctant to wash their hands when the water is freezing. As a result, bacteria accumulates and cause them stomach diseases. Moreover, just 1 hour of driving away, tons of used bottles and cans are wasted in landfills every day. How can we solve these problems?
By turning waste into power. We make solar water heaters from recycled bottles and cans. The best part is that it heats water just with the power of the sun. It can heat up to 90 liters of water on a cold day and endure more than 5 years. It is easy to build, easy to use, and easy to repair if it breaks. We make it free for communities based on their economic capacities. Inside NT Solar's workshop, we build solar water heaters made from locally recycled materials for low-income rural families. We empower community members to build and repair their own systems so that they gain energy independence. And we educate and provide training to student volunteers so that they can return as workshops leaders in their own communities.
Our goal is to build 120 heaters in the next few years. For the first time, girls like Evelyn can take a shower without worrying about feeling ill or filling their lungs with pollutants from burning wood. Furthermore, by building these solar water heaters, we will train student volunteers in sustainable design and circularity and reduce waste. To drive our sustainable growth, we have both customers and users. For nonprofits, corporate, or individual donors, we help them solve a social issue they care through our community ties. For educational institutions, we provide students with one-of-a-kind learning and volunteering experiences as program hosts. In the future, we hope to add a third revenue stream by providing corporations with team building services by participating in our workshops. and this revenue will be used to support our community partners directly.
Currently, we are planning the first pilot program in Gusibamba village, which will help us refine a solution to replicate in 25 more communities in the next 2 years. On the one hand, our volunteers serve as distribution channels to organize workshops in their own community. On the other hand, we will marketize with a mini documentary film to be produced based on our pilot program this winter. Ultimately, our vision is to serve 13 million people without affordable clean energy in the Andes mountain region, leveraging all three revenue and expanding to Bolivia and Argentina.
In the Andes area, Ecoswell also provides clean energy sources, and Microsoft also aims to reduce respiratory diseases by providing clean cookstoves. But only Inti Solar does both, and on top of that, also reduces waste.
Our unfair advantage is our people. With complementary skills and international backgrounds, URA brings in business knowledge and fundraising experience, while Santi brings in technology, and JP and Amy, from Peru and Bolivia respectively, will both contribute their environmental expertise and deep connection to local communities.
Now we are asking for $8,800 to implement our pilot program, which will build 5 systems for 25 people and serve as a founding stone for our future operation. The cost breakdown is shown in the pie chart. We would also appreciate connections to suitable grant opportunities, Peruvian schools, international experience programs, and Peruvian NGOs. And that's it. Thank you for your time. You can scan the QR code to learn more about us, donate, or contact us with any questions you have. With Evelyn and hundreds of families and volunteers we're going to impact, we at Inti Solar thank you.
Wow, I cannot wait to check out the Inti Solar website to sign up and volunteer. Highly promising, diverse, next generation leaders. Those words have never come to life like they do when you hear from the person behind the impact. Sherry Shui, Kyra Hughley, and Jihao Guo are ready for you. But are you ready for them? First, we have a presentation on Explorate from Sherry, the Antarctica trekking, Costa Rica roving, global extraordinaire. Now, do you remember the last time you went abroad and felt duped, defrauded, and deceived when you were just trying to do a good deed? Let's explore a few solutions with Explorate. The mic is yours, Sherry.
According to NPR, 1.6 million people volunteer abroad a year. However, after conducting 140 surveys and interviews, we realized that finding a credible, safe, affordable, impactful program remains challenging. Meanwhile, existing programs focus on enhancing volunteers' experience rather than addressing communities' real needs. At Explorate, we make international volunteering both accessible and impact-driven. We would like to ask for mentorship around a field research project in East Africa and introductions to NGOs working with international volunteers in an impact-driven way. My name is Sherry, and this is Explorate. Thank you for listening.
Sherry, you have to help me and my friends plan our next impact-oriented adventure. Up next, we will hear from the film phenom herself, Kyra. After graduating from the University of Arizona, Eller's College of Management as a lead student coach, this judo master dedicated herself to crafting the best movie night of your life. Tell them a bit more, Kyra.
Hi, my name is Kyra Hughley, the founder of FlixFinder, which is a new and creative way to find quality movies on streaming platforms. By taking a short survey, you'll get intentional and personalized recommendations based off of your interest. The goal is to reduce the time and money users spend looking for the next favorite movie by giving them a creative and interactive experience with a scratch-off poster. With that poster, we want to accompany it with an app, and to do that, my team and I are seeking quality connections to help us with product development. Thanks for your time, and connect with me to explore a world of movies.
Netflix, Apple, Hulu, and HBO Max. If you haven't acquired FlixFinder by the end of this year, I might beat you to it. While I round up some funding, let's hear from Jihao. Jihao is the type of person you want at your dinner party, your wedding, and your funeral. He brings levity and light to all situations, including when connecting young folks from across the world. Let's hear from him directly. Go ahead, Jihao.
Hate, misunderstanding, and insensitivity. These are all things I grew up experiencing and are far too prevalent in the modern globalized world, which need to be eliminated. And it starts at the high school level. My name is Jahal, and I'm the founder of Concourse International, a youth nonprofit organization aimed at bringing accessible, informal virtual exchanges to high school students across the world. We are asking for your mentorship and guidance in designing a business model to build greater international intercultural understanding so we can eliminate this hate, misunderstanding, and insensitivity.
If I could go back to my high school days, Jihao, I would sign up for Concourse International in a heartbeat. For those of you currently in high school, don't miss your chance. Think back to the last time you were just trying to throw something away. If you're like me, you hovered around the trash can for a few extra minutes, trying to make sure you didn't make the wrong decision between recycling, composting, and landfill. Well, our sustainability fellow, TT, is taking small acts of eco-heroism like that to the next level by empowering her entire country to make the right decision every time. How do you do it, TT?
My name is Titilayo Falaye. I'm the CEO and founder of Orange Strategy Waste Value, a waste recycling firm in Nigeria. My participation in the program at Watson has helped me realign my goals of helping Nigerians inculcate the habits of proper waste disposal. Indiscriminate disposal of waste is a common practice in my country, Nigeria. We're encouraging households to sort their waste from source by separating recyclable waste from the general waste, and in exchange for their recyclable waste, they get cash. This will further help them imbibe the culture of proper waste disposal. Thank you.
Thank you, TT. Now, Bank of the West fellow Phil will tell us how a simple outfit switch today could lead to reducing our carbon footprint for life. Where should we be shopping, Phil?
Hi, my name is Phil Brady, and I'm a founder of Palawi, a new sustainable clothing company. And the clothing industry is responsible for 8% of total global carbon emissions. The problem is that synthetic materials are a byproduct of oil refining, making them cheaper to produce than any currently used sustainable material. Palawi is fixing this problem by creating shirts out of banana fiber, a byproduct of banana farming. Our clothing will be comfortable, stylish, and affordable. Thank you.
Thanks, Phil. Now we'll hear from Louie, the career hero you've been looking for. Louie's Liang Fan podcast show is answering all the career questions you've been too scared to ask. And he's doing it in Mandarin and English. Talk about double duty. Tell us more about it, Louie.
10 million students graduated from Chinese universities in 2022, but only 20% of them got a job. This statistic shares how the universities are not preparing us for the fast-growing world we live on. Hi, I'm Luis. I am the founder of Liangfan Pod Show. I devote myself to find experts to connect with my community to inspire their continuous learning. We've already recorded contents with who are the most popular scientific writer in China, up to 8 hours, whose contents are more than enough for the young people to equip their mindset. My business will transform the industry by giving a voice of ambitious young people who wish to change their life through continuous learning.
Louie, you are going to put all the other podcasts out of business. Well, while Louie is pursuing podcast global domination, Bank of the West fellow Rochelle is saving lives, neighborhoods, and entire generations of women by amplifying advocacy to a whole new level. Rochelle, we know you're solving a problem, but how big is this problem?
There are fewer than 800 federal human trafficking prosecutions every year, while it's estimated that millions are trafficked. Why? Law enforcement and prosecutors don't have the training or technical resources necessary to build winning cases, and the criminal justice system has only had anti-trafficking laws in all 50 states for 5 years. This is where collective liberty comes in. My name is Rochelle Cahan. As a former Philadelphia prosecutor, I've prosecuted over 20,000 gender-based violence crimes. Collective Liberty's team of current and former law enforcement, prosecutors, and survivors of trafficking collect data from dozens of data sources. This data is then analyzed using our proprietary technology, which acts as the smartest trafficking detective in the country, as it builds cases to share with partners. We've trained over 10,000 anti-trafficking actors across 46 states. Our data and intel has led to 3,000 exploitation arrests and supported hundreds of survivors. We hope you'll join us in scaling to new cities and securing funding to keep the solution updated and top of the line.
Rochelle, there are so many city managers and civic leaders who need to know about collective liberty. So thank you for sharing about the important work you're doing. Now let's hear from another Bank of the West fellow who's focused on developing grassroots solutions to community-sized problems. The mic is yours, Megan.
African American students are 5 times more likely to be suspended than their white peers. It's no surprise then that 1 in 4 Black males enter the criminal justice system at some point in their lifetimes. As a school counselor, I witnessed schools spend more time on consequences, when in reality, low-income students needed support to deal with witnessing domestic violence, physical and verbal abuse, and going to bed hungry every night. MOVE uses physical fitness and group counseling techniques to help students develop coping skills, manage stress, and learn how to effectively resolve conflict. MOVE has connected over 300 families to community mental health resources and have introduced over 152 students to physical and mental health connections and have helped them reduce the number of behavior infractions they receive. To expand our reach, we need warm introductions to school leaders and funders to support our work, and we're currently in need of a 15-passenger van if anyone has one to donate.
Thank you, fellows, for explaining your Watson-powered game plan for putting the world back on track. Now, raise your hand in the chat if you are a woman or you know a woman. Now, give me a scared face emoji if you've ever been out in a social setting having a good time, but there's something creepy that keeps whispering in your ear that you need to watch your back. I'm happy and I'm unhappy that I'm not the only one. Well, if you want a chance to reduce that creepy feeling for yourself or for the women in your life, turn up the volume and tune into JoJo's tech-enabled solution. Tell us about it, JoJo.
Can you imagine yourself lying in a hospital bed, forgetting your name, and with your eyes and a nose bleeding? This is what happened to Millie, one of Britain's spiking victims. Unfortunately, this situation happened to nearly 9.1 million people across the UK. My name's Jojo, and I know what it's like to experience severe insecurity about drinking in a bar and have dedicated myself to eradicating this concern for all women. In 2021, a survey conducted by the UK Parliament found that 1 in 9 women and 1 in 17 men in the UK say they have been the victim of drink spiking. Currently, there are only 3 ways to protect our drinks. However, all of them have some drawbacks. Firstly, the single covers can solve the problems at the source, because people who want to spike you will do whatever they can to put the drug into your drinks. Secondly, only using test strip is not convenient for users, and a lot of them feel embarrassed to use them in front of others. Thirdly, the color-changed nail polish may cause smelling concerns because nail polish may contain a lot of harmful chemicals. That's why I'm here with our product, Athena Straw, which can increase safety, lower health risks, and protect your loved ones. Athena Straw is a multiple-use straw that you can test up to 3 drinks per night. There are 3 test strips attached to our product. Once you remove 1 layer of the test strip, you will be able to test 1 drink for common psychedelic drugs. The materials that we use are biodegradable and non-harmful. Our target users are female university students aged from 18 to 25 years old. Our products satisfy customers' core needs in 3 ways. First, the raw materials are cheap to produce in China. That's why we will build UK-China joint labs and factories. Second, straws are a natural and discreet companion for drinks. Finally, our stores can be purchased through multiple channels and are easy to carry. Our go-to-market plan employs various online and offline channels to support our B2C and B2B operations. On the B2C side, customers can either purchase monthly memberships on our website or buy our products at retail distributors such as convenience stores and pharmacies. B2B-wise, we sell directly to nightclubs that are interested in becoming our partners, as well as college-affiliated organizations like student unions. We wouldn't be able to reach here without our wonderful team. Our 5 team members come from diverse educational backgrounds and have expertise in business and technology. We also engaged a strong group of advisors with experience in material science, chemical engineering, business strategy, and product development. So we are confident to lead the team forward and take it to scale. Into the future, we will focus on prototype development and patent application first. Then we will complete the beta testing in 2024 and start acquiring new customers. We are aiming to launch the product in the third quarter of 2024. In terms of commercial development, we would like to raise $250,000 in funding from accelerators and competitions. Together, we are creating a world where women feel powerful in their bodies. It only takes a second to be spiked, but needs a whole life to heal the pain. So it's time to protect the Athena in your life. If you want to become an Athena woman, buy an Athena straw for the woman in your life. Invest in the mission of women's empowerment, or highlight this work in your media publication. Please join our legion by scanning the QR code or going to our official website. Thank you very much.
If you're a woman in my life, you know what you're getting for your birthday this year. An Athena straw. While I power up like Athena over here in Boulder, Aggie Chu is powering up underemployed adults in Thailand. Aggie has been dedicated to helping folks who've been left behind since her career began. And now she's scaling her personal mission using software technology, design thinking, and grit. Let us know how we can join your mission, Aggie.
Hello, my name is Aggie, leading the business development and partnership at Saijai. We're making finding the right service providers effortlessly for city dwellers in Thailand. Please meet one of our service providers, Mrs. Pavinda, former owner of a clothing store at the night market in Bangkok. Despite having 2 years of experience taking care of children and being an entrepreneur herself, she still lost her job during COVID. Now she's concerned about taking care of her family. Isn't that frustrating? Research shows that people like Mrs. Pavinda represent 42% of the employed in urban Thailand, who are individuals with casual work arrangement or no fixed salary. Now Mrs. Pavinda is considering being a service provider. With urban society increasingly digital, more job opportunities are emerging online for Mrs. Pavinda to get a source of income. But care seekers and service providers told us that they find it difficult to find each other, and Saijai makes that easy. Saijai is an online platform that provides on-demand services by pre-screened service providers. We help you find quality helpers, drivers, child care, elderly care, pet care without any hassle. Do you remember when was the last time the AC in your room stopped working and you urgently need some repair services on the same day? Make a booking at Saijai. You got to pick a handyman of your choice with transparent customer reviews. You may wonder how the platform works for service providers. Imagine Mrs. Pavinda will be gone through a rigorous background check. After approval, she will pay a membership fee to get listed on Saijai platform. Then she can receive jobs and deliver services based on experience and availability. Here's our marketing channels. We're aiming to increase our sales conversion rate through SEO by 200% at the end of Q3 of 2023. Through paid Facebook ads, we are targeting the 25 to 64-year-old living in urban areas in Thailand. We also launched a referral program to expand our customer and service provider base. We're promoting our services and managing customers on the most two popular social media platforms in Thailand, Facebook and Line. Currently, our revenue comes from online booking, where we charge 20 to 30% commission fee per transaction, and membership fee, where we charge service provider $13, the price of a t-shirt in Thailand, to be listed on that platform. In the future, we plan to work with partners on 2B service expansion. Since its launch in September 2021, we have onboarded more than 2,000 service providers, completed over 3,000 transactions, and generated $42K USD revenue. With the average month-to-month growth rate being 45% and customer retention rate being 48%, our transaction volume is growing every month. We're very impressed by what other similar companies are doing in Thailand based on our user interviews and market research. Faster service delivery, more service options, and transparent customer service reviews are stood out as our advantages. Here's our team, led by two co-founders who had extensive experience in the hospitality industry in Thailand, and a core team with expertise that help us excel at business operation. Currently, we're raising 100K safe note to further penetrate local market in Thailand in order to generate 3 times revenue in 2003. And here's a breakdown of how the capital will be intended to use. There are 2 million people just like Mrs. Pavinda in Thailand. By supporting them, we're empowering informal workers in Thailand access to new job opportunities. And we need your support to contribute to this mission. Thank you.
If you're not in your feelings like the first time you heard BTS, Blackpink, or Burna Boy, just you wait. We've put together a special surprise that will tantalize your eyes, ears, and heart. Oof, you caught me mid-tier. Aren't the Watson Fellows just the best? Well, luckily for both of us, we've got 2 more presentations to view before we part ways. Nicole Guerrero is the first, and she's one of those people that you know neither fires from above nor floods from below will stop her from accomplishing her goals. If you're looking for your next big bet, look no further. Nicole, tell us what you've cooked up.
One day when I was 21 years old, I was walking down the street and I saw a little boy begging for bread while everyone around ignoring him. In developing countries such as Bolivia, hunger is so normal that citizens and government leaders alike see no solution inside. But not me. I saw an opportunity to make a big change and I took it. This is how I do it. My name is Nicole Guerrero and I'm the founder and CEO of the Food Bank of Bolivia. In Bolivia, 17.5% of the food produced is lost and wasted, according to our research. And at the same time, Bolivia has the highest level of undernourishment in South America at 19.8%. The solution, the Food Bank of Bolivia. We are a non-profit organization established in 2018 dedicated to recovering excess food. Every month, social organizations like soup kitchens and orphanages receive more than 30,000 kilograms of excess food from us. We provide a fully integrated double impact solution addressing hunger as well as food waste, a key contributor to climate change. How do we do it? 5 steps. Collect and recover excess food from food companies, markets, and farmers, select and classify the food, redistribute the food to the beneficiaries, provide ongoing training and home visits to ensure food use is optimized in the household, and finally, we prepare reports for our supporters. In these 4 years operating the Food Bank of Bolivia, we have developed a sustainable operating model that guarantees food for more than 15,000 people from 118 social institutions every month, including the little boy who inspired our beginnings. This is possible thanks to the support of a team of 20 people and a community of more than 200 volunteers. We aim to significantly reduce hunger and food waste in Bolivia, developing a business model based on sustainability thanks to our 5 revenue streams. The recovery fee, made by the beneficiaries, which covers up to 50% of the logistic costs, the support of a community of over 1,500 individual donors, the support of the Global Food Banking Network, which includes funds and training, the commitment of 136 companies and institutions across Latin America like Unilever, Kimberly-Clark, and Nestlé, and the development of charity events. Our work has the potential to reach millions. 1.8 million people in Bolivia are undernourished, and at the same time, 16.2 million kilograms of food are being lost and wasted every day, which means that there's more than enough food to feed these 1.8 million people. The problem is that no one is focusing on collecting these 16.2 million kilograms of food. As you can see in this chart, we are the only ones in Bolivia providing a double impact solution addressing hunger as well as food waste. Our executive team is composed by 3 people. Myself as founder and CEO, Jason as the logistics manager, and Gabriela as the food safety manager. We are looking for connections, fundraising mentors, and logistics subject matter expert. And we're also looking for $86,000 funding for capacity building, which includes a new truck to serve rural families, a cooling chamber, and a solar food dehydrator plant that will allow us to distribute more food to our beneficiaries. You and I both know that the basis of a country's progress is education, but to nourish our country, we must nourish our brains. And how are we going to do it? The Food Bank of Bolivia will fight hunger, transforming excess into excellence.
Now that's what I call impact. But don't think we're done yet. How we nourish ourselves and our community is core to what makes us human. From your last supper to your top of the morning tea, you are investing in food supply chains that are anything but clean. But what if it didn't have to be the case? Pratik, tell us how Nepal Tea Collective does it.
Hello everyone, this is Pratik from Nepal Tea Collective. I'm the co-founder and COO. Do you know how many people in the US drink teas on a daily basis? That's about 158 million people. Even though tea is the most popular beverage after water, there has been little to no innovation, especially in the supply chain. There are numerous middlemen in the process that add little to no value at all. This not only depresses the income for the farmers, but also degrades the quality of the teas, especially the freshness for the customers. Furthermore, there is lack of transparency in the supply chain where customers do not know where their teas are coming in from or who produced it. This is where we come in. We are Nepalti Collective. We are a direct-to-consumer company that works on farmers' first approach. What this means is we not only pay our farmers fair prices, but also make them partners in the overall business. 1% of the top line revenue goes directly back to the farm so that we can empower them in the longer run. On the consumer side, consumers now receive the freshest teas directly from the tea garden to their doorstep. They can also trace and track where their teas are coming in from through our QR code on back of each of our packaging. We are testing blockchain ledger system to automate this process. Now, let me tell you more about the target market. We are targeting the specialty tea market, which is growing at 6.6 compound annual growth rate. Our business model, it's pretty simple. We work with 4 different farms. We have a gross profit margin of 50%, and we have 2 revenue streams. One's going to be B2B and other's going to be B2C. B2B has industrials as well as food services. Industrials meaning chai concentrate company, kombucha company that use tea as an ingredient to make final product, and food services include tea cafes, coffee shops. On the B2C side, we have products which are typically going to be tea products, herbs, botanicals, and various tea accessories, and services which would include in-person tea tasting, virtual tea tasting, and immersive tea tours where we take people back to our farm and give them immersive experience of what tea making is. Our journey has been pretty humbling. We started with $200 in account. Last year we did $250,000 in sales, and this year we are targeting $500,000 in sales. We were also voted top 10 teas among 600 teas from 100 plus global tea brands. And last week I just received the notification that we won 6 different awards in Global Tea Championship. Our team comprises of Nish, who is the second generation tea producer, and it has been a wonderful opportunity to work alongside my uncle and my mentor. Combined, we have about 40 years experience in the tea industry. The investment opportunity that we are looking for right now is we are raising $600,000 on a safe note. Majority of the funds are going towards product development to increase varieties of teas, botanicals, and various other tea accessories, as well as we are looking to hire a marketing expert who can lead the direct to consumer side of things. We are also hoping for a 5 to 8 times the return on investment for our investors when we exit. If you have any questions, please do let me know. Thank you so much for your time.
Nicole and Pratik, you just nourished my soul. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you to the fellows for illuminating your industries and sharing your light. Thank you to the fellowship sponsors for believing in a future built on the courage to do what is right. Thank you to our mentors, preceptors, guest speakers, volunteers, and Impact Series teachers for dedicating your life to making the world a better place. And thank you. You could have been anywhere else today, but you chose to invest your time in learning about global social innovation. Now, I encourage you to reach out directly to the fellows or our Watson team to get more involved in the initiatives you heard about today. You are never too young, too old, too inexperienced, or too under-resourced to change the world for the better. Protect your courage, take the leap, and climb the summit, y'all. Goodbye for now.